So I'm coming back on mic check, mic check. Everything seems to be working. I'm gonna do a quick broadcast. I did a live stream earlier, took it down. Probably gonna end up deleting it because I'm gonna cover the same topics. My phone was dying on the way back from the gym and said some shit about my family that I just fucking it doesn't help to say anything about complain about my family members and shit and accuse them of gang stalking. So sometimes I'll put videos on private. That happens. It's just something the perps will try to use against you, and I do suspect that some family members do watch the channel. So that's my explanation. Even though I don't have to explain anything, I'm the only one that does. But that's because I'm transparent. As far as me running this YouTube channel, putting the content out, explaining my story, I'm transparent. Okay. That's why I don't assume I'm right about everything in gang stalking. And I give you non-biased type of outlook on what's going on. Because I could easily, like the title of this live stream, hoax, gang stalking evidence. Okay. So clearly I don't do that. Now, if I do get anything wrong, it's because I believe I'm targeted. I show a tactic, and that person might not be paid by a handler. I admit that. But nonetheless, for a lot of those, and I'm only talking about the stuff I'm wrong about, which isn't like a ton of stuff, to be honest. I'm not trying to act like I'm perfect, but I'm not wrong about a ton of stuff when it comes to my gang stalking. Okay. My testimony. Um, but if I am wrong about something, it's because I am being gang stalked. I point my camera at someone who I think is a perp, and then in reality, outside of my brain, in the real world, they're not being mind controlled, they're not being handled, and it's a pure coincidence that they're fucking showing up in my simulation, in my fucking life simulation of me living through this body and seeing things through my eyes. Okay. So that's not hoaxing, that's getting stuff wrong. So the expectation on this channel is, yeah, I believe it's a good channel. I believe, there's a fair amount of accuracy. And when it comes to my testimony, as far as the gang stalking information, your guess is as good as mine when it comes to the actual whole fucking spectrum. Okay. Now again, I've said this before. The only reason I've seen like some type of expert is because there's so many fucking fakes that are lying to you and treating you like fucking shit. And I'm gonna go over the ways that you can lie about gang stalking, because this is from being on the YouTube, on the internet for many years, studying these liars of not just gang stalking, people talking about satanic ritual abuse, the Isaac Cappies, all that stuff. Okay. So I was naive in the beginning when I was maybe 10, 15 years ago, when I was still relatively young. And, I just believed a lot of stuff on the internet. If someone came on, they had a testimony. I'll give you the things to look out for as far as um any type of claim when it comes to conspiracy theorists. Like I saw a video of this lady claiming to be Shia LaBeouf's twin sister, and that they were both born in a satanic ritual cult. And she's homeless, she's sick, she needs money. We know the deal. It's the same deal with these people. It's scumbags that are usually addicted to drugs, on the verge of homelessness, that watch videos on YouTube, like conspiracy videos, and they come up with some type of, it's basically a grift. It's a tale as old as time here. Grifting. These grifters, okay? So we're gonna go over like the way people lie on the internet. Okay. The way someone's, and then you can apply this to me, like, just because you're a third person and I don't want you to just believe everything I say. I want you to use the same method that I'm using on other people on myself to see how I match up to a liar or a grifter. Okay. So obviously I've never put up any Cash App donations because I'm afraid of getting doxxed. So I never did that, even though I was in fucking more financial trouble than anyone on the fucking internet as far as debt. In my scenario, renting apartments, living in hotels, and renting cars, being forced to rent cars. Okay. So I'm gonna go over how these people lie on the internet. So basically, this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna avoid showing you any type of fucking evidence of their fucking claims. They're gonna avoid it like the plague. They only want first dimensional listeners that just listen to their story. That's all they give a fuck about. You listening to the story, because the longer you sit there and listen, the opportunity arises for you to get scammed, grifted, your heartstrings pulled on. And these people aren't very smart, so that's all they can do is come online, make up bullshit about satanic ritual abuse, gang stalking, or whatever category, and they'll never show you any proof. They'll avoid showing you anything. Okay, everything is story. All of it is story. Okay, so they have these elaborate lies and stories that they fucking rehearse and they practice because it's a person that's sitting in a room that has no success in their life, and they're like, what the fuck can I do to get more money for drugs or to get out of this situation? Oh, I can lie about Freemasons and things like that. So everything should be taken with a grain of salt when it comes to stuff like that. It's just common sense. They just come online. They can't come on as often as you would like to, as you're interested in them, because um like that's what is going on in their mind, is like it's a big giant, the whole story is a lie. So they're going to avoid over talking, they're going to avoid showing evidence at all costs, and over talking, over explaining, okay, going into details, fielding questions. They don't ever field questions. It's always someone showing their face. And, oh, I showed you my face, so that's how you know I'm telling the truth. I'm showing you my face. Okay. They don't have anyone vouching for their story that they can call up. Anything. Nobody. Nothing. Like, they're not gonna go through a lot of hoops to hoax their stuff. Okay. This is your classic perp, your classic fake TI, your classic fake satanic ritual abuse victim. I've seen it time and time again. They're really bad at fucking lying. You can just tell that they're lying in their story, that it's like a rehearsed story. Okay. Next step here. All right. So that's just classic. I just want you to get an understanding who these people are. Like, it's just, they fit. It's like, it's just a type of person that does that. They're not affiliated with any groups. They're working independently. They're a regular person like you or me, but they're just lying scumbags. That's all it is, man. They think you're stupid. Now we're going into hoaxing of gang stalking evidence. Now, this is something I just like, I've been meaning to make a live stream of this, and I've spoken on this before, but it never really hit home until today. And one of the problems that I have when I've been bringing them up, and if there's one negative person I'm bringing them up consistently on this channel and on purpose and unapologetically, is King Mansa. Okay. He's hoaxing gang stalking evidence. I've caught him red-handed. And if someone didn't delete my fucking channel, that video would still be up where I caught King Mansa lying. And I've spoken on this many times. Okay. So what they're doing is they're hoaxing gang stalking footage. So how do you hoax it? You're a fucking loser. You walk around, you wait for someone in a red shirt to show up. You say, look, 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 look. Look, 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 look. You know, this is advanced level grifting. This isn't stuff that you come up independently and you stick around doing for many years. Like, if you're a King Mansa and you're a grifter, you're only going to do it for, like, I don't know, short term period if you're an independent grifter. Because in the TI community, it's one of the very worst places to ask for money, is the TI community. It's the very bottom worst place. We're talking about targeted individuals, people that believe they're being surveilled, harassed, monitored. They think everyone's a perp. Okay. They don't have money. Okay. They don't have any money to give you besides maybe $20, maybe $10 or $20. Okay. And it's not like a big, a good lie to make money off of. So when you see these people coming on hoaxing gang stalking evidence, okay, there's a difference between thinking you're targeted and seeing something that resembles gang stalking, but you're not 100% sure, but you're a new target, you add it to the channel because you believe you're collecting evidence and things like that, and you're confused. That is not hoaxing. Hoaxing is the person, the grifter knows that he's not being fucking gang stalked. Okay. And he's putting videos online to make it seem like he's being gang stalked out of situations that are opportunities to film gang stalking like scenarios. Okay. We've seen all of these people do it, but they don't keep up with it. Like, I'll give you an example. Sierra is versatile. The dude makes videos once every few months, every few weeks. He's someone that's doing it out of confusion. Maybe he is being targeted. Okay. That's someone that's not a grifter. That's not a hoaxer. A hoaxer is King Mansa. King Mansa is the greatest gang stalking, grifting hoaxer affiliated with it. And the level of his operation, he has to be affiliated where he's doing some type of undercover work as a TI. Okay. We're not going to necessarily call him a perp. Okay. But he's doing some type of undercover shady work. He's associated with some type of group. And this is part of something. Now, what I will say, maybe he's not a gang stalking perp. Maybe he's just a grifter. Now, I notice that he operates in a two-man team, and this may be why he's able to stay in his apartment. You know, he has a cousin. His cousin, he acts like he's an isolated target, but his cousin goes to the gym with him and films him at the gym doing a back workout. And I saw his cousin in the mirror. And these people are fucking best of pals here. Like, this is part of a two-man grift operation. Like, don't get it twisted. Maybe he's not part of secret societies and things. It could be that him and his friend came up with an idea to fucking pretend to be a TI to grift money on YouTube, because he obviously knows about the big YouTubers making money. That's something he talks about all the time, is these YouTubers making money. He doesn't do it as much now, but he did in the past. Like making money off YouTube, this and that. So how is he hoaxing evidence? Like, look at his recent short video where 3 people are walking a dog, and he's like, "We're brothers, we're happy, and we're singing, and we're color." Now, again, yeah, that does seem like shady. I mean, there's no information on dog walkers being gang stalkers. Like, it's another hoax. Okay. Like, that's just a bullshit tactic. You're gonna see dog walkers. It's just to muddy the fucking waters and to create schizophrenics, dude, and to have people verbally assault people with dogs and to get watch listed. Like, oh, I'm a white lady, I'm walking my dog, and this angry black person was talking about gang stalking. It's part of that network of tactics, string of tactics to get you fucking looking crazy, which is, again, this is not to take away from gang stalking. There is if you are a TI, there is a secret surveillance program of a small little unit surveilling you and fucking deploying tactics. Okay, how often it happens or how often it doesn't happen, who knows? But it's not to take away from that. Okay, so when I talk about um the disinformation tactics that are spread like wildfire in the community, like the dog walkers. And again, there are some shady things that happen with dog walkers. Don't get it twisted, but it's not every dog walker. And you can't really fucking point that out as a tactic. It's a word of mouth wildfire spread. And there's people that are listening. Oh, I get dog walkers. Like, I've gotten dog walkers. I've gotten dog walkers in Walmart. Like 3 dog walkers in the Walmart at the same time at the one Walmart trip. Um, I mean, another time I went to Walmart, and this is a fully concrete parking lot. And I'm walking. I always cut through the parking lot, and you probably remember I used to film like Keck license plates in that parking lot every single day, where it was statistically impossible to see a Keck license plate and KFC license plates every fucking day when I'm walking. And I guarantee if I go there now and walked around that parking lot every day for an entire year, I would never see a Keck license plate. Like, if an independent fucking person did that. So no, but one time I'm walking through this Walmart parking lot and it's fully concrete. And as soon as I walk past a car, a black lady comes out with her dog, like she was sitting there waiting, and walks her dog onto the concrete parking lot. Like, she drove her car in the middle of the nowhere parking lot in the back part, wait for me to walk by, and then did that. So yeah, I mean, in certain scenarios when it's completely obvious, yeah, it can be a tactic, but like honestly, like it's not worthy of noting unless it's like I mean, you can't get flooded with the dog walker tactic. You cannot get flooded. I don't give a fuck what you say because you'll be able to film it. You can't get flooded with that tactic. It's not a fucking factor if it is a tactic. It's meant to fucking, it's part of that gray area bullshit gaslighting that you only hear on YouTube in the fucking TI community. That they blow out up normal things like red cars and whatever out of proportion, but they never show you any evidence. They always just say, "Oh, dog walker," but they never film it. You know, your Eliu Helms, a lot of these black TIs, man. A lot of the black TIs are the ones, not all of them, obviously, but if you were to group one against the other, it's mostly black TIs that are making up these bullshit tactics. Okay, with no proof. Not this, like I know everything about targeting, but if you're gonna make a claim, put some videos up or something, like, especially when it's normal shit, dude. Like, you can make up any tactic. Oh, I get people that wear jerseys. People wear jerseys around me, dude. They wear jerseys. Oh, it's a jersey perp, jersey perp, jersey perp. Knowing damn well people wear jerseys. And then that TI will go to a fucking stadium and fucking like beg for change outside the stadium and be like, look at all these jerseys following me. Like, bro, they're hoaxing this shit. They're going, and then a big hoaxer is Gangstalking Simulation. He's huge. He's a complete biggest hoaxer. I'm sorry. Actually, I take that back. King Manson isn't the biggest. It's Gangstalking Simulation. Where I'm at the park right now and I could sit around and just wait for fucking tactics. Okay? When you're sitting around for long periods of time and the gang stalking program is normal everyday tactics anyways, like you're gonna see those normal everyday tactics anyways. So you can't really name a tactic outside of license plates where it's like it's clearly abnormal, it's clearly not part of normal society. Outside of one headlight, abnormal amount of one headlight, and license plate, whatever your license plate pattern is that you always get, where you leave an area and you get that same license plate pattern, and then you get it from out of state, where you see more of that license plate pattern out of state than any pattern in state. Okay. So, like, yeah, there's some real shit going on with fucking gang stalking. Now we got these there's a Jeep that pulled up. Again, I'm in the park, I'm making a live stream right now. But I'm just fucking describing my surroundings right now. As soon as the live stream started, a Jeep pulled up. Okay, looks like they're skateboarding. They're making a bunch of noise. Because people like to linger around and shit. So I'm a little paranoid of eavesdropping. You know what I'm saying? Hi strangers. Do you think DB is a TI at all? That's a tough one. As far as today, the way he does his channel and what he's doing, I believe that he's not a TI. He's not acting like a TI, is what I would say. Now, was he targeted in the past and then got flipped? Okay, there's another content creator that has a theory about that. Kind of expert on that subject because I don't really, I honestly, like, as much as I like kind of study people, like I really, because his channel is just so unlikable, like it's unbearable. Like, it was cool a couple years ago when the technology matched up. Like, his videos are like from two, they look like they're from a Nokia 580 cell phone, you know, with all the donations, all the jobs he's worked, his brand new charger, you would think, and even I have a shitty phone and I always buy cheap phones, and my quality on my phones have always been better with my Walmart phones than his videos. It doesn't make sense. Okay. So there's a the way he does his channel is controlled. Okay, like that is not inducive of a real targeted individual. How he makes his channel, he doesn't edit videos. Like, he's a YouTuber, he does videos for 10 years, right? So these fucking idiots are making noises, man. It's just coincidental. But like this is the mind control aspect where I'm trying to do something important and then fucking quote unquote perps gotta come make noise and be fucking annoying and won't go away. But the way he does his channel, like I know I'm probably one of the more better video editors. I take more time to do it. But like, dude, even when he's showing a video, he can't even download a video onto his phone, which he has InShot. He uses InShot video editor, the same software that I use. All you have to do is screen record a video and then you upload it onto the mobile video recorder app and then you can talk right in the app. It's easier. What he does is he'll hold his phone camera up to the TV screen where it's all blurry and fucking distorted, and then he'll talk that way when he can easily screen record it, crop the video. It's not a difficult process. He's doing that on purpose. And it's part of hoaxing. He's hoaxing his channel like he's this low grade, low technology targeted individual because he's so harassed and held back in life. That's why he has the cheap phone and the cheap editing. It's bullshit. The dude is talented. He knows how to fucking edit videos. And another thing that's shady is that he would not, when you use InShot, which is the video editor for Android, you can remove the InShot watermark by pressing an X button and watching an ad. And he would purposely leave it up. So was he working with InShot? Now this is an angle that I've searched, okay, as far as DB, because I've searched out all of you fucking fakes. And I fucking have angles on all of you. Okay. So stop calling me the perp. Stop calling me fucking fake because I'll sit here and fucking destroy you. Fucking untangle your double helix DNA into single strands and just fucking expose you. I've done it for years. Okay. It's because you think I'm stupid. I'm not going to catch on. Now, DB could easily, the angle that I've took with the InShot, why he has to show InShot watermarks on his videos is because he's an affiliate of InShot, like the company InShot that makes the app InShot sponsored DB, and they're paying him to make these videos to subliminally get people to download InShot. How many people downloaded InShot video editor because they saw it on Gangstalking Simulation? It has to be in the thousands, 2,000. So he's like a controlled fake. He's an influencer. He's a social media controlled influencer that's pretending not to be an influencer. By having the low subscribe count, building his channel organically. Like there's so many things he could do to make more money with his channel. Going live, asking for donations to go live, you know what I'm saying? Which he has a whole bunch of subscribers, so it would have a decent amount of people in his live. And if he went live and like hit the cash app, that would actually, it's like marketing. It would actually statistically work for him to get more money. And he could really build a nice little business off of YouTube, but he chooses not to because he has to portray the image of the TI with the cheap Nokia phone that's struggling and that looks schizophrenic. So yeah, long story short, like he is fake. He's hoaxing his evidence. Okay, now the evidence, like I'm fair. Like I don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. The evidence that seemed real that he used to film is when he used to deliver pizza, and everyone he delivered to at his pizza job would, like, all the customers would be wearing red shirts, and he used to film people walking around with red shirts a lot, and it did look fucking suspicious. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. It did look suspicious. It looked exactly like fucking identical to Gangstalking. But how hard is it? And again, I don't want to be discrediting people, right? When they actually show you something. That's the last thing I want to do. But how hard is it to find a crackhead, give him a red t-shirt and give him $10 to be in a video? It's not that fucking difficult. You know what I'm saying? It's not that fucking difficult. So according to me, that seemed like legit gang stalking evidence, but everything else is just like highly questionable. So he's hoaxing his evidence. He sits at a park. I've spoken about this before. He just waits for tactics to show up. He'll even just make shit up. And this is what he does. If he doesn't get the tactics that he's supposed to get on film, he'll go into comedy mode and he'll start roasting. Oh, you see that little kid on the scooter? Oh, he just fell. Little gang stalker's got that little child following him. It's just, if I like, dude, I can't deal with people. Like, I understand when you first watch Gang Stalking Simulation to be entertained and to like it, but when you're going years and years and you're still like, oh, I think he's real. Like, I seriously question your credibility as like a targeted individual. Like I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I just seem realer and realer as time goes on because once I take it seriously, I definitely seem some type of real. Like before, I was joking around. I was fucking going scorched earth because I thought everyone was a fucking perp, and I just gave no fucks about the TI community. I thought it was getting a lot of views. I was creating drama and things like that. So yeah, of course, if you think I was fake back then, I understand. I can't hide from that fucking fact, but I never was coming on here to be a serious TI channel because it's a psyop, okay? Let's talk about it real quick. Why is it a psyop? I mean, even if you are the greatest targeted individual, the most well spoken, the best evidence, all they're gonna do is ramp up your discrediting campaign that much more. Okay. And that shit does psychologically wear on you having these trolls that are real gang stalkers calling you fucking schizophrenic and you have no one else to fucking talk to and they make it seem like they're multiple people. Um when it worked, it was discrediting. Because you're fighting, I'm like, all right, there's a group of gang stalkers. I gotta fucking fight all these people and keep my name clean, basically, my reputation clean as far as the schizophrenia shit, because that's something that could, I honestly wish they would pass a law where you can sue somebody for calling you a schizophrenic, because that is like the easiest way to discredit somebody, because all you're doing is saying it to people that don't know the person well. You say schizophrenic, and from then on out, those people that were informed you're schizophrenic will never deal with you like a normal human being at any capacity. They're automatically superior than you in their brain, and you're incapable of doing anything. Like I just go on World Star. I might even upload it on my channel. If you go on World Star Hip Hop, you look on yesterday's videos, there's a schizophrenia simulator. So this guy's like, this is exactly what my life's like on schizophrenia. So he'll be like looking at a tree and he'll see faces in the tree. And he'll hear voices. And it's not even like V2K, like it's nice out. It's like 10 different voices. It's not even V2K. It's not one voice. It's like 20 different voices. And in the midair, he'll see like a clear clown face, completely invisible clown face, like that's see-through, but in midair, but it's obviously a hallucination. So that has nothing to do with fucking gang stalking. Now, gang stalking, you can compare it to paranoid delusions. Absolutely. Paranoia. Yeah, absolutely. Because when you get the tactics wrong by design, you are a paranoid, delusional. I have to look it up. I'm not well versed in mental illnesses. I don't want to say schizophrenic, but paranoid, whatever disorder. But so the hoaxing of the evidence, it's causing people to get hurt in the public, and that's what pisses me off because they're not getting anything out of it. Like maybe gang stalking simulation is your best chance at like, all right, he's getting what, maybe $300 in donations, maybe $100 a month in ad revenue, 200, something to that effect. So he's making money, but who else is? No one else is. And it's just pathetic. It's pathetic at this point. So I'll give you an example of someone who wasn't hoaxing their evidence. that showed a lot of evidence, whether it was real or fake, but they weren't hoaxing it because you can tell. I believe Targeted Tony, if he's a real TI, um, whether it doesn't matter, he wasn't hoaxing it. Like he was showing you something and he really believed. You can hear in the tone of his voice, you can hear that he believed in it. Like King Mansa is fucking filming a couple videos here and there. And my opinion is he and his King Mansa brain, spirit, and soul knows that these people aren't gang stalking, at least some of the time. And I'm gonna go over a story. But continues to do it. I might have to end this a little bit sooner than expected. I got a little battery left. So, and I want to talk about people deleting their videos after this real briefly. So King Mansa, he knows at least now or recently, maybe not always, that when he's filming this shit, it's not gang stalking. Like he knows that there is such thing as coincidences, opportunities. Yeah, you can get gang stalked, and you can also get confused and see someone else in the public wearing a similar pattern later on that had nothing to do with it, and you can't tell the difference between the two unless it's a high frequency. In that case, you're able to film it. You're able to show it on your YouTube channel, and people are like, wow, you film a lot of people in red shirts. Like, that's a weird, odd coincidence. But I'm going to give you an example of how I caught him red-handed, lying about his gang stalking. Lying. Purely lying. But I honestly think he might have been delusional and may have thought of this too. But either way, factually, he's fucking lying. Because I verified the information. I made a video about it. I think High Stranger said she saw that video. Maybe she's talking about another video. But there was a video where King Mantle was walking by a huge police presence, flashing red and blue lights. The whole fucking block was damn near shut down. And he walked into that fucking scenario saying, look what they're doing. All this for me. And he's like screaming, all this for me, all this street theater. Look at this, blah, blah, blah. Look at this shit. So in the video, there's a Jamaican restaurant, right? I forget what it's called. It was like Jamaican cuisine. It had like a specific name. So what I did was kind of geolocate. I Googled that restaurant and I Googled Brooklyn, New York. So I got the address. So then from getting the street address where those police cars were, I looked in the news and it was one of the top news stories. It was two Hispanic brothers that lived in an apartment. One stabbed the other one to death. One stabbed the other brother to fucking death, got convicted of murder, and is sitting in fucking jail. Now, let's put our thinking caps on. Do you think that the fucking gang stalking program is going to hoax an entire murder, an entire jury, an entire trial because King Mansa walked down the street and they wanted to piss him off with 40 police cars and ambulances and fire trucks? So what did I do? Now let's put our thinking caps on. Is that gang stalking? Now, if that were to happen, it was murder, no crime, no nothing, and it was the small chance that it was gang stalking. I'm not gonna jump down your throat because of that. Here's the deal. I made a video, an actual took time out of my day, edited the video. I put the news article paper. I matched the picture in the news article with his video side by side. I left a comment. This is a couple years ago, about 2 years ago. Left a comment on his fucking channel. And what did he do? He didn't take the video down. He didn't put it on private. He kept it up. He didn't respond to me like, oh, I think they lied about that, blah, 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 blah. He kept the video up. Okay? I call him red-handed hoaxing. Fucking, that's hoaxing. That's absolutely red-handed hoaxing gang stalking. Why the fuck would you do that? Can anyone explain that to me in the TI community? Why the fuck would you make that shit up and make a video so people can watch your video and think that if they are targeted and they see a fucking whole bunch of police cars for no reason, not one police car, a whole bunch that are at a crime scene, that the police would waste, we know the gang stalking program wastes resources, but 50 cop cars for a target walking down the street? Like, come on, that's the type of shit that gets you locked up in a mental institution when you fucking promote that type of ideology. I don't want to go as far as say King Mansa's connected to some psyop nihilistic accelerationist group. Okay, that's kind of fantasy land where these people put out psyop narratives and try to get people killed, maimed, harmed, and they fucking use that as fucking occult magic to empower themselves. We're not gonna go there. And, that's extreme. It's extremity. Comes to conspiracies, but we will say this. He's fucking lying. He's lying to your fucking face. He's never accountable for explanations, being accountable for his actions. And he thinks you're his fucking bitch because he's an entitled, empowered individual. Because some group, it doesn't matter if he's part of a group or if it's just him and his cousin. The level of confidence he has of lying to you is not a level of confidence that you independently get yourself. There has to be some type of backing you up to give you that type of bravado, to give you those cojones to fucking just come on here, lie, never explain yourself, never fucking, you're a number on his channel. You are a fucking number. Now, I'm not acting like I individually care about every subscriber. I explained how I care. I try to put out good content. If the content sucks, I delete it. If it's not liked, I delete it. And then I come back with better content. Because part of the reason why I make content is for other people to like it, not just so I like it. But yeah, other than that, I don't know you. I don't give a fuck about you. You can fucking dislike every video, kick me off of YouTube, kick me in the nuts electronically. I fucking don't care because I'll figure out something else that I'm good at. Like I just picked up running, and within a couple months of running, I'm running 5-minute, 45-second miles and 6-minute miles as a fucking pot smoker. So there's things that I can pick up and do in hobbies that are outside of YouTube where it's just not a fucking factor for me. Like as far as if you hate me, it's gonna affect my life. But these motherfuckers, with that said, I treat you with more respect. And the way I talk to you is like you're a smart person. I don't care if I give a fuck. Like I sit here and talk shit on everybody. I call people NPCs, retards, whatever, right? But when I'm talking to you through this fucking platform, I'm speaking to you like you have intelligence in your brain, your head there. Because I respect you in that fashion. Like I know that people are fucking worn down with life, were dealt a bad hand, are eating GMO chemical food, have fluoride in their fucking water. If they weren't being attacked, they'd be a lot smarter. So like I know that there's a smart, even if you are dumb, I'm not calling you dumb, but even if you are, I know there's a smart person under there, like a fucking phoenix that needs to burst through. But society has taught you, this is stuff that I talk about on the channel, that you ain't shit, you're just a number, you're fucking average, you're this, you're that, don't even try, because they're not trying. But last thing I want to talk about, because my phone is going to be dying in the next few minutes here, is people deleting their videos. Something that King Mansa has done, something that Eliu Helm has done. And there's no explanation why, especially with Eliu Helm. Maybe his channel is gonna get deleted and he put everything on private. I don't know, but he's had multiple channels deleted, so there's no reason for him to delete all his videos. With King Mansa, if he's here for money, think about this. You're here to make money. I don't have any problem with entrepreneurship, targeted individuals. Make money, but you take all your videos down to be demonetized. Then you come online and lie and say they took your demonetization away when you took away the watch time hours and all the requirements by deleting your videos. Why didn't he put his videos on private? And again, I theorize if these people have handlers, because I've dealt with this with Alex Jones. If they have handlers, if they have handlers, they might have said something on a broadcast or podcast or live stream that blew their cover because, in my opinion, this is not 100% the reason why they do this. It's a very good guess that if these people are controlled assets or intelligence assets or whatever media assets, if they say something like, all right, so you're a YouTuber, you put your content out, you don't think about it. You might listen to it once the next day if you're bored. Sometimes I do that to hear, but you're not like taking notes and producing content with teams of people that are telling you what to say on your videos. So these people, like, you'll put a bunch of videos out, they have people, what the fuck going on? They have people that scour through your old videos and they take notes. Okay. So they might have an old video, everything's good, but in like 2 or 3 of your old videos, there's a couple sentences where you revealed something you shouldn't have, maybe the name of a program, something where they're like producers of your content. They're like, wait, no, whoa, black that out. So since these people are paranoid of being exposed, like there's a lot of these internet detective people, like I'm one of them. Like if you say something that's like and I'm gonna do this to Charles Marlowe. It's gonna be the next person I'm going after here. Cause I really hate people that are Christians that are coming online to be Christians, but literally do Luciferian witchcraft. Like I used to hate those people by themselves, but now I actually respect them. If you were coming online like I'm a Luciferian witch, here's what I know, I would respect you. But when you pretend to be a Christian and then you dabble back and forth, it's like a bisexual spirit. You dabble back and forth between Christianity and it's just, oh well, Christianity, I see these Christians, they're good looking, they have nice families, they're doing good in their jobs. So I want to use the good things from Christianity, but I also want to do Luciferianism and Zoroasterism because I'm a greedy, selfish little spirituality. Fuck. All I care about is reading tarot. Like, fuck you, dude. Because they're pretending to be these hardcore Christians. It pisses me off. It's like that's not normal Christianity to dabble in witchcraft and tarot. That's Satanism, motherfucker. You're just using the Christianity to get the good shit out of it. Oh, these Christians, I mean, they're handsome, they have hot girlfriends and wives, they're nice. I want that, some of that stuff. So fuck you. But anyways, I don't even know where I was going with that. I've been pretty good at what I do is I get sidetracked and I try to remember my last point. I did that 3 times today. Cause it's showing that my memory is improving from all the running and fucking whatever, the alcohol that I'm not consuming anymore. I stopped drinking pretty much. I'm not quitting drinking, but I went from someone that drank like 3 to 4 times a week to like fucking once every month now. So I think it's taking some positive effects cognitively. But anyways, yeah, these people are deleting their videos, man, because uh, they're doing off the cuff content. Okay, they're not geniuses. They're given task fits. They have handlers. They have producers and things. So they're doing off the cuff content. They're given like a task fit where it's like basically like I'll give you an example. Like there's people that fucking muddy my waters of my fucking evidence with disinformation. They'll never show you the evidence they're talking about, but they'll look at my evidence. They'll be like, "Oh, well you get a bunch of one headlights, but it's not one headlights isn't the real gangstalking. It's actually one brake light. It's actually one reverse light. That one light in reverse is the real gangstalking." So I have people that do that on this channel, and you'll notice for years and years, like instead of them showing fucking evidence, all they do is get my story, my evidence, and tweak it, act like they're the masterminds or the originators of it, and then they come back after they steal my evidence and my story. They'll come back and say that I'm not the person that came up with it. So it's a form of mind manipulate. Anyone doing that's a perp. Just don't even fucking listen to their fucking channel anymore. They're fucking disinformation perps, muddying waters, and that's what they fucking do, dude. That's what they do. It's like you have a fucking you have a spring water watering hole right? That's just fresh spring water that you go and collect water from in nature. And that's the information you're getting on the channel. You're getting refreshed. And he's sitting there just dumping fucking dirt and sand and mud. And as he's doing it, he's telling, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not muddying the waters. It's always been like that. It's not me messing it up. It's always been dirty water." But I'm sitting there looking at you pouring in fucking sludge and mud and fucking excavating dirt to bring in with bulldozers and dumping it into this fresh spring water, ruin it. That's what they're doing. They think you're fucking dumb as well. They're disinformation perps. That's their job. That's their task fit. They can't ever come online and show you anything, but they can show you who's the fakes. And they know who's part of what and this and that. They're fake. It's that fucking simple, dude. It's not that hard. It's not difficult to understand. And then when you catch them, they delete their videos and they make up every excuse in the world why they need to delete it. I've caught these people time and time again. They always try to flip it. Well, he's actually the agent perp that's been harassing and muddying my waters. That's all they can fucking do is they do something and then they say you're doing it because they have that they're above the level 1 grifter, but that they're like a level 2. That's all their bag of tricks is stealing other people's fucking shit and saying that person didn't do it and then adding some twist to it without showing any fucking proof. So that's why they delete their channels. They have handlers. The handlers have teams like of people that fucking go through the transcripts of old YouTube videos. They do audits on their own fucking videos and they'll delete a video here and there, but instead of deleting a video, because people save videos, they're paranoid. They don't know who's saving what, and they don't know who's watching who. Okay, so the best thing to do is out of the blue, just delete everything, just get rid of it all, because it sucker punches anyone that's investigating them. You get sucker punched right in your fucking dick because you might be like, oh, I've been combing through your videos, finding little cues, and I'm only in video number 5, but the next few months, that's what they're worried about. They're worried about other intelligence operations that are being ran solo by smarter TIs that are fucking intuitive and know what the fuck is going on. But I gotta wrap this shit up. That's why they delete their videos. They have teams of people and producers and fucking teams scouring transcripts to make sure they're not revealing anything because it is off the cuff freestyle live streaming. But they're given task fits. So they're instructed, they're given like 3 task fits. Talk about this in your live stream, talk about that, discredit Matrix Decoded in a subtle way, and brainwash people subtly that his tactics aren't tactics. Absorb his targeting story into yours. It's all task fit shit. It's not shit that an independent fucking asshole. I don't like Matrix Dakota. You know what? I'm gonna sit on YouTube for 3-4 years and copy his story and just discredit him. Say he's copying me. That's what I'm gonna do. People don't do that shit. You only do that if you're part of a fucking intelligence operation and you're a fucking government spook. That's about it, dude. So if you ever hear shit like that and it's unfounded, there's no proof, they're not willing to fucking spend 1 hour editing a fucking video with the proof of anything of what they have to claim about me, throw it away. That's the new rules here. Throw it in the garbage. They're paid asset. They're an intelligence asset. It's that fucking simple. The days of people casually strolling onto the channel and disagreeing with me, that's fucking been over once you see the level of dedication, work, time, effort, and everything that I fucking poured in to tell this fucking testimony with no type of fucking money coming in, barely any support. It's because it's based in facts. It's that fucking simple of a deal. It's based in fucking factual information. You can't, as far as targeting goes, you can't make it any more factual. You live through it with me. I'm showing you video evidence. I've shown you multiple pattern schemes of just unbelievable, statistically impossible fucking shit that you cannot make up. You can't fucking hoax. Like, if I were a hoaxing, gangstalking TI, dude, it would be millions of dollars investing in just hoaxing the evidence. Millions, dude. We're talking about all the automobile, different varieties and variations with the license plate patterns, the vandalism, fucking the Hispanic dude sitting on my patio. Like, come on, bro. It's millions of dollars to do what exactly? So when you make a claim I'm a perp, I don't mind it, but there has to be an explanation. When you don't do that explanation and years go on and on and on, and you just keep beating the same drum that I'm fake, I'm fake, I'm fake, dude, you're part of it. It's that fucking simple. It's not, there's no, you know, and I'm not sitting here beating my chest like I'm the only real TI. But out of the good graces of the good TIs, like the Gangstalking Doctor de factos, like I'm just head over fucking heels over even the best of the best when it comes to just showing evidence, being consistent about the testimony, and being honest about the testimony. Because I could have sat here and exaggerated, even as a real TI, because a lot of you real TIs do this, exaggerate the fuck out of your targeting. Saying that it's still heavy, hot and heavy, this and that. You don't explain nothing. Like I said, my targeting slowed down out of my own detriment. It didn't help my case. But either way, it doesn't matter. Because people know I'm a real TI, but it's like a big secret. You get it? Like on paper, it's either mental illness or it's not happening. You know, that's from TIs on paper. But in secret, oh yeah, he's real. Let's keep watching his videos because we don't know what we're gonna miss next because he's a real TI, but we'll never tell him that. Like that's what I'm trying to tell you. You guys are under mind control your NPCs. There's a lot of simulation NPC shit going on. Okay. But one thing I will say, like targeting and gang stalking is real. I'm not taking away from anybody, but the psyop narrative to mind control you, to have you looking like Planet Pat, that's fake. That's meant to get feeble-minded people, not even mentally ill, feeble-minded, low IQ people, and get them fucking in trouble. Get them in a fucking self-made prison with their own decisions while you sit back, kick back, and watch. It's mind war. But I'm out of here. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna delete that last live stream. I was gonna edit it down, but I think this one was better anyways. But yeah, man. Nothing pisses me off more than someone hoaxing this shit. Because they think we're fucking stupid.